Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters. Welcome back to my channel. Today the decluttering continues and this time I'm getting into my wardrobe. So I've wanted to do this for quite some time now. Mostly I want to declutter to make some more room because I can't hang everything that I want to hang, and also I need to just organize it better. So first things first, I'm actually putting together a small set of drawers, little wire drawers from IKEA. I'm going to use these to store socks, bras, underwear, because I don't like the way I currently have them organized and stored in my wardrobe. So I'm just getting comfy, taking off those shoes, getting ready for a massive job, but this is actually an easy job. This little unit was very easy to put together. No screws necessary, just a hammer, bang it all together, and she's good to go. Right, it's time to pile the clothes on the bed. I basically use the KonMari method to declutter, which is if it sparks joy, you keep it. If it doesn't, you get rid of it. It's not quite as simple as that. It is a little bit more complex. I would just recommend reading the book. It's an easy read. So basically what I'm doing is piling all of my clothing on my bed so I can tackle it methodically. I actually really like this method. It works well for me, and I've done it many times in the past. I'll probably do it many times in the future. And I think what I particularly like about this method is when you pile everything in one spot, it's quite confronting to see just how much you have, because when it's all stacked away in wardrobes or drawers or whatever, you don't really see it for what it is, it's kind of hidden away. So seeing it all piled on the bed like that is, a little bit of a wake-up call. Now, obviously, I knew that I needed to do a declutter. I was not only running out of hanger space, I had no hangers left to hang some of my clothes, so I was folding stuff that I would usually hang, and as you saw earlier, my shelves were full. I'm at capacity with the clothing. So it's time to get rid of stuff. I'm having a slow start here. I'm looking at a dress. Oh, it's so pretty. And I'm like, oh, it needs a wash. I'm not sure if I'll keep it, but it at least needs a wash. So I'm procrastinating to start, but we get there in the end. A little bit more procrastination. I found my cape that I purchased at, I think it's Universal Studios in Japan, the Harry Potter cape. I love this thing. I love it. I call it my smoking jacket. It's it's so good. It's so good. It's the best, most ridiculous thing I've ever purchased in my life. I love that thing. All right, and now the decluttering commences. So not only do I use the KonMari method to declutter, I also try to track what I am and am not wearing in a year. And to do this, usually what I would do is actually take a piece of washi tape and just wrap it around the coat hanger. If I use a piece of clothing and it has washi tape on the hanger, I take the washi tape off, and then I know that piece of clothing got used throughout the year. And anything that's still on a hanger with washi tape at the end of the year, I know it didn't get used and I should probably consider getting rid of it. However, that method is really time consuming and kind of stupid, especially when someone brought it to my attention that you could track what you wear simply by turning the clothes hangers around the opposite way to how you would usually put them on the rail. And when oh my God, man, look, I don't claim to be the smartest person, but I can't believe I didn't think of that. Or at least come across that suggestion at some stage in my friggin' 36 years before I heard it. Come on, man. So at the moment, I am putting my jackets on the hanger or on the rail in the usual way that I would do it, thinking, you know, I'm not going to be wearing any jumpers now. It's 5,000 degrees on the face of the sun, i.e. Melbourne. But later on, I do turn them around, and I use the reverse method with the rest of my clothing that is going into my wardrobes. So the pile is shrinking, which is fantastic. I am being, you know, pretty honest with myself, getting rid of anything that I definitely don't want and putting away the stuff that I want to keep. Next up, I'm going to have a frustration fight with some plastic drawers that I purchased to sit in those little like shelf alcove parts of the wardrobe. I wanted a method of organizing it better, so I'm just going to hand it over to Hailey with the iPhone. Ooh, they're not going to fit. Rage. Rage, 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 rage. Oh, I see what's happened. Yeah, cool. These are made badly. That's what the fucking issue is. I don't even think they're like technically square. Why do they come out on this side? And why don't they all do it? Oh no, this one comes out on that side. Man, that's dumb. You shit. You just shit. Like they look fine there, but then they seem to come out further here. Yeah, they're slightly off just on one side. Why? Why do you do that? Fucking... When I was researching for these tubs, what I really wanted was long ones that would just fit in there. I didn't mind if there was a bit of a gap. That was all good, whatever. But I really just couldn't find any. I could find some that were like a huge gap, like this. Or I could find some that were long, but they were shallow. So they would only come to like here. And what the fuck is the point? Then I found these guys, which so I measured here to here, and obviously here to here. And these ones, they said they would fit side to side and I would have about a centimeter gap. And I thought, you know what, that's totally fine. They weren't as high as I wanted them to be, but I thought, hell, I'll just get, I'll get 4 for each section and stack them. The measurements are definitely 100%. The measurements were wrong on the listing. All right, here is the solution to this absolute crap shack of a problem. I turned one upside down, so it still opens. It kind of gets a little bit, it's not as smooth as this one. Oh, of course you don't open because the fucking door is in the way. Listen, good enough. It's fine. I'll fucking work it out. Yeah, turn it upside down, shove them right in there. They fit. And I mean, silver lining, they're not going to move. So, yeah, it's a little bit sticky. But listen, at least it's not going to be fucking clothes piled ridiculously. All right, here they are. Just pushing them all the way back gives me more room to sort of get in there, which will be fine. I can easily reach the back. So those ones are no problem. And these ones, of course, will come all the way out. I think the only downside to having to flip them is that... What is that on my arm? Who cares? This is, that's a thing. But whatever, look. I think it's going to be a better solution to just having the shitty ass clothing stacked. All right, this is the tedious part. The jackets and jumpers, they're easy. It looks like a lot of stuff, but it's more just that they're bulky. When we get into the pants, the tops, the dresses, that's where things get hard. These are the sort of things that you wear every day, and you have a whole bunch for all sorts of occasions. So I'm trying to go through this stuff, but also discover a new way of storing them, which I have to say, these tubs actually worked out perfectly. It's going to be great. So again, I was just trying to be honest with myself. Am I going to wear it? If yes, cool, keep it. If no, get rid of it. I think the KonMari method of does it spark joy? That's great. But also, my pajamas don't really spark joy. However, I'm not going to get rid of them all because I am absolutely not going to go out and spend however much money I would need to spend for new pajamas. So I'm just working my way through the piles and piles of stuff. Oh, and there is a dog. She did not enjoy this declutter because she couldn't get on the bed for most of it, and I'm gonna argue with her to get off. Something that I love about cleaning out my clothes, other than, getting rid of stuff that I'm no longer wearing and making things a little bit more organized, is making room for new clothes. I don't buy a lot of clothing, and I tend to hold on to my clothing for quite some time. I will wear pieces until they are dead, basically. But recently I have been buying a few items, and there's a few other things, I'll go to the shops and I'll be like, oh, I'd love to buy that, but I just don't have room in my wardrobe for it. And I kind of promised myself that once I had decluttered some stuff, I would allow myself to go out and buy a few things. But I think also what I might do is try to have a 1 in 1 out rule, or at least try. I'm not going to get rid of something that I am I love, but I do feel like there are some pieces in this wardrobe that I would be willing to swap out for something new. I also found some items in there, mostly summer items that I haven't worn in ages, since last year, that I forgot I owned, and they're gorgeous, and I look forward to wearing them this year. That pile is shrinking fast and I'm loving it. It's so satisfying. And what you didn't see between the last clip and this clip is that I turned the camera off and I tried on a bunch of clothes. And with that try on, I actually decided to declutter most of the things that I was going to try on. Only a few things that went back into my wardrobe, and a bunch of stuff went into the drawers. Those skirts were a pain in the butt because they're so bulky. I also hung up some knitted dresses, which I sort of fold over the hangers rather than hang, because the hangers can warp the shape of the shoulders. So in the end, I opted to hang the dresses since I didn't really have anywhere to store them, and I folded the skirts and put them into one of those little storage tubs. I am going through my bathing suits here. A few of them I've thrown into the wash. They're a little bit discolored because they're white, like they don't last long. I'm going to see if I can revive them. If not, I'll just get rid of them and buy a new set. And now I'm just putting away some of the jackets and dressing gowns that I had stored on the shelf because they wouldn't fit in this side of the closet beforehand. I am also turning those hangers around. I think the problem with that side of the wardrobe is the fact that I have so many knitted jumpers, and like I said, I fold my knits over the hangers rather than hanging them, so that makes them quite bulky. I am also tidying up my shoes there because they were a mess, and I've just been throwing them in that section rather than putting them away nicely. And we're done. The top looks like a mess, but that's fine. We'll get to that in the next video. The puppy is going through her, her toy box. So the plastic drawers are great. I'm happy with the amount of clothing that I have in there. I can actually move things around. The wire drawers are also great, and I do have a little pile of stuff there. Odd socks, we'll see if they show up. And in this side, I'm also fairly happy. You can really see there how much space those chunky knits take up. I did take a before shot of this side as well, so you can see that. I am happy with the results. I'm missing a slipper. I don't know where it went. I'll find it. I do have a little bit that I didn't get to tackle, but I don't have anywhere to put them yet. And I'm hoping once I declutter the rest of my room, I will find some space. Here are some shoes that I opted to get rid of. And there are 2 full garbage bags of clothing that I'm getting rid of. And those are all my spare hangers, which is fantastic. Even with the clothing that's in the wash, I will have some spares. So there you have it, guys. That is my clothing declutter for 2021. It's always nice to clear this stuff out at the end of the year, ready for the following year. And I'm looking forward to buying a few new summer pieces of clothing. I'm just saying. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know when the last time was that you decluttered your clothing, and I will catch you in tomorrow's video for the rest of my bedroom.